She laughed right there beneath the warm glow of the company gala, champagne glass halfway to her lips, her boss's hand resting a bit too close to her waist. She laughed at me. Maybe someday, she said, turning toward the small crowd, he'll earn enough from his little hobbies to afford decent wine. The table erupted. I didn't. I smiled faintly. The kind of smile people confuse with patience. What she didn't know, what nobody there knew, was that just 2 days before, I had signed the transfer documents. My patent, 7 years of sleepless nights, near bankruptcy and mockery, was gone, sold for $173 million. She'd walked out that morning without a word. I watched her leave, her perfume hanging in the air longer than her love ever had. I'd already known about the affair. The text messages weren't even discreet anymore. She thought she was smart, deleting them each night. She never knew that iCloud doesn't delete. It just conceals. But I didn't confront her. I wanted her comfortable. I wanted her confident. That night at the gala, I stayed quiet while she played the perfect socialite on her boss's arm. She introduced him to people as someone who truly understands success. The dig was intentional. I lifted my glass to her performance and made a silent decision. Let her finish her show. I'll write the finale. We met 12 years ago. She was working part-time at a coffee shop I used to camp out in with my laptop and cheap espresso. She loved my drive back then. Said it was attractive how ambitious I was. I told her I'd create something meaningful, something that could change lives. She said she'd be there for it. Strange thing, she was right until the money began drying up. When the prototypes failed, when investors backed out, when I mortgaged the house, she started having late meetings. I convinced myself it was stress, that marriage gets strained under pressure. That love can bend without breaking. It broke quietly. The night I saw her boss's name light up her screen, Richard, I didn't lose it. I just felt clarity. It wasn't rage, it was purpose. I stopped trying to save her. I started planning to save myself. Selling the patent was step one. She thought it was worthless. I let her believe that. I let her ridicule it. Let her tell her friends she was trapped with a dreamer. I even let her bring up divorce casually, like a threat she'd never follow through on. Then she did. 2 weeks after the sale, she served me papers. No tears, no remorse, just a blank expression and a lawyer who thought he'd already won. I didn't fight. I signed quietly. No pushback. She smirked, assuming I was defeated. She didn't know I'd already moved my assets legally, cleanly, into a trust. Under my company's name before the sale closed. On paper, I was still the same struggling inventor. The moment her lawyer found out about the patent sale, they thought they'd hit the jackpot. They filed a motion demanding marital rights to half the money. They walked into court grinning. I didn't. The courtroom was frigid that morning. Her lawyer went first. Theatrical, cocky. He called me dishonest. Said I'd concealed assets to cheat his client. She sat next to him, wearing white, irony pouring off her like cheap cologne. When my turn came, I gave the judge a single folder. Inside, the trust paperwork time-stamped 6 months before the sale. The patent wasn't mine anymore when I sold it. It belonged to the company, and she wasn't a partner, shareholder, or employee, not even on the payroll. I'd been generous, though. I left her name on one thing: the mortgage. Her lawyer's face went pale first, then hers. The judge reviewed the documents, nodded once, and spoke the words I'll never forget. Everything was done legally and transparently. The court finds no deception. Silence. Then in that silence, the sound of something shattering. Not glass, not metal, pride. Her expression didn't just change, it crumbled. The same woman who once mocked me for not planning ahead now understood. I'd been 3 steps ahead the entire time. The judge dismissed their claim. Her lawyer requested fees. The judge denied it. Then I stood, buttoned my coat, and said, "For the record, Your Honor, I wish her all the success she once wished for me." The gavel came down. Outside the courthouse, she chased after me. No cameras now, no audience, just her, trembling, trying to find the version of me she used to manipulate. "You destroyed me," she whispered. I turned to face her. "No," I said. "You did that when you stopped believing in me." Then I walked away. Now months later, the patent's new company sends quarterly reports. I don't even open them. The money doesn't thrill me anymore. What brings me peace is silence, the absence of her voice, the calm of being underestimated one final time. She exchanged loyalty for luxury. I exchanged heartbreak for planning. And in the end, I learned something simple. Sometimes the best revenge isn't ruining someone. It's letting them realize they ruined themselves.